Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Donjo number 1580 626 satin chrome slide bolt. Donjo lists this bolt as fire rated, as UL listed. They also list it as solid brass, but that magnet will tell us that it's not solid brass. And calling it 626 is not correct because that means solid brass. This is going to be a steel-based item with a satin chrome brushed finish on it, just so that we're all being clear. This is a typical 8-inch bolt and is by far an outrageously common bolt that you're going to see on a pair of hollow metal doors where you have the inactive door with surface bolts. Common, strong, utilitarian, inexpensive. Okay. Let's get the tape measure and check it out. And it's full featured. Well, in the sense of it comes with everything that you probably are going to need. Now the 8-inch on bolts is always a reference to the bolt length, and the bolt length is 8-inch. The height of that bolt is 3/4. The thickness is 1/4. What you have here is your mounting pads, and they slide, or the bolt slides within them. You have a pin on the back side. So that dimension there that I can slide that is the amount of travel. So that dimension, the travel dimension, is about 1 1/8. Just 1 inch is probably what they would say. And then you set this to be wherever you would like it to be. Okay, this can travel anywhere inside of here. From the end, obviously less 1 inch, or 1 1/4 for sure, down to the back of the pin. Common shaped knob that's going to be here. Okay. And according to the paperwork, I believe, the Donjo paperwork, this is the only finish that they offer it in. Okay. Now, there is a link below this video to a document called Template, and that will refer to the 626 finish. This would be properly called 652. That means satin chrome on a steel base. But that template will give you all the important dimensional properties beyond what I've already given. Width of the pad, 2 1/16. Sure, that makes sense. Now, what I had mentioned earlier, full featured, it comes with both a mortise strike and it comes with an angle strike. Now, the strike that you're going to use, and there's no hard and fast rules, but the strike you're going to use is dependent on your application, what side of the door you're installing it on. So if you were going to install it on the pull side, you would likely want to mount this to the header and have the bolt like this. So this is on the face of the header of the frame. Then of course your door swings in this way. If you were going to mount it, or if you were going to mount it in on the surface of a double door and you want to lock the bolt on one door to the strike on the other, you could certainly do that as well. Okay. This is also referred to as a surface strike. Okay. Now, in the case where you're mounting something on the push side, you would probably want to get this attached to the stop of the frame, in the same sort of scenario. Okay. Really, there's no hard and fast rules, but however, there's generally going to be a condition that one strike will work and the other just will not work. And that's how you'll know. When you get one strike to work, you probably don't need to look at the other strike because it will likely not work for that specific application. Although, you could certainly make it work, I suppose, if you were determined to. Now, it's going to come with all machine screws, all wood screws. You can install it either way. Donjo can, and it's a separate part number, and reach out to us. They can provide sex bolts as well, and that is certainly a great idea for something like this. You're going to have a machine, well, you'll already have the machine bolts for it, but you'll get the female end that you'll drill through the door. And if you expect any sort of regular use, let's say it's a dock loading door, and it's just going to be push closed and locked tight, you're going to want to consider a much stronger way to attach it, rather than just running a screw, like a sheet metal screw, into what is likely to be just 18-gauge steel, or if it's wood, what is possible to be a particle board core. Drilling and tapping onto a door that's been reinforced from the factory with this in mind is a good idea. But through bolting is great. And if you have a fire rated door, through bolting is probably going to be required technically to be compliant with that fire rating. Now, there's not a lot beyond that to say about this. This is used in commercial applications, generally hollow metal doors, because it's, you know, somewhat industrial type look. There's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page in the website where you can review not only all the Danjo products that we sell, a link to the manufacturer's website, but a link to their full line catalog. But that full line catalog, frankly, it's a bit unwieldy because of how large it is. So we've taken the subsections and listed them above. And as you look at those different categories, you'll notice Danjo appears to be a comprehensive manufacturer or provider of trim and auxiliary hardware. They are. They just are. What they're most widely known for, and what you need to know about Danjo is this. If it's door reinforcing, U-channel wraparound plates, or latch protectors, it's Danjo. That's what everybody probably knows Danjo for. But they have so many other items. Hinges, auxiliary hardware, kick plates, push and pull hardware, ladder pulls, pivots, door stops, accessory hardware, filler plates, and signage. If you have more than an occasional need for trim and auxiliary hardware, by all means, familiarize yourself with the Danjo catalog. I'm partial to Danjo. They're very nice people. Reliable, predictable shipping lead times, very nice product, and very good value as well. They're not a name associated with trim and auxiliary as much as other names that you might already be familiar with, but I see no hesitation when it comes to working with them. I like their hinges. They're relatively new entry of hinges. I like their pivots. I don't sell enough of that material. Kick plates, excellent. I've sold a lot of their kick plates over the years. So I wouldn't hesitate. Any questions on the Danjo number 1580-626? Full surface mounted slide bolt, 8-inch, or any other Danjo product. Please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you very much.